Welcome to this short introduction video for Moving Light Assistant. The Moving Light Assistant application is designed to document both the physical setup and the programming of moving light rigs commonly used on productions today. Moving Light Assistant will run on both Mac OS X and Windows operating systems. In this demonstration, we'll be running on Mac OS X. The application is a real application with an intuitive user interface that makes the tasks to be accomplished straightforward. Seen here is the main document window. Along the top of the screen is a row of tabs to switch between the different areas of documentation you'll want to work with. The first tab is Rig Data. This view works very much like a spreadsheet. It lists the channels in the rig and their corresponding rigging, addressing and configuration details. There is a built-in fixture library which makes the spreadsheet more intelligent. For example, if I want to change the lens for the VL5s, when I edit the cells, I can choose a lens from the menu of possible choices. I can also change, for instance, the DMX mode of the fixtures, again from a choice of this time available modes. You will see that now I've changed the DMX mode. Each fixture takes more DMX channels, so they're highlighted in red to indicate the address overlap. I can fix this by readdressing the fixtures easily. There are many different columns you can use to document the physical configuration of the lights, including accessories, which lamp is installed in the fixture, mounting and orientation. It is also possible to document the fixture's onboard menu settings. The rig data can be built from within the application, or it can be imported from applications such as LightWrite, Vectorworks, or any application that can export a text file. It is also possible to export data from Moving Light Assistant as a delimited text file for importing back into other applications. The next tab is Wheel Loads. In this view you can configure the gobo, colour and effect wheels of the moving lights. When you add fixtures to the rig data, if the fixture has gobo, colour or effect wheels, its standard load will be added automatically. To make a custom load, we can simply copy the standard load and give it a new name. It is now easy to customize the wheel. For example, you could enter a gobo's catalog number, or simply by dragging a gobo from the built-in gobo library. You will see that non-standard gobos are made bold to highlight they are non-standard. These wheel images can then simply be dragged out of the application to produce a JPEG for making cheat sheets or your own specification documents. We will look later at how we can produce paperwork directly from within Moving Light Assistant. Next, we'll jump to the Console Data tab. Currently, we can import reports generated from the ETC EOS family of consoles, the Grand MA1, and to a limited degree, the Whole Hog 2. We can view the queue data by queue or by channel as a track sheet. There are a few tools in this view for the programmer to highlight absolute values, live moves, or redundant moves, for example, where a parameter moves but the dimmer never opens while in that state. Of course, the programmer should interpret this information sensibly, as some live moves, for example, are intentional. The preset data view allows us to look at the recorded preset data from the imported console data. We can see which channels are recorded in the preset and which channels actually use the preset in queues. We can see if and where a channel uses a preset. This can be useful, for example, to see which gobos and colours are actually used in a show. If you tell the application where the rig check is, it will tell you if a scroller colour, for example, is only used in the rig check and not used in the show. The queue list imported from the console appears under the Queue List tab. It is possible to add your own notes to a queue, such as a description, which act and scene number the queue is in, a name for the scene, and the set on stage. You can add up to 4 photographs per queue. These can be added from a file or taken directly with a supported digital SLR camera using tethering. it is possible to add your own drawings and annotations onto the photographs. If you connect your computer to the console with a MIDI interface, the cue list in Moving Light Assistant is able to follow the console using MIDI show control. When building your documentation, you can enable automatic cue photo taking, where the application will take a photo for each cue when it is completed. The preset documentation view allows presets to be documented with notes and photographs. Presets to be documented can be added from the imported console data or manually for consoles that are not directly supported. When a preset is selected, we can see the channels recorded in the preset and the notes and photographs relating to the preset. The preset has its own fields for notes, focus cue, and the set required to focus the preset. A preset can have up to 4 preset photographs. Again, we can draw on photographs to add our own notes and annotations. A useful trick is that we can highlight channels drawn on the photographs. We can use highlight to feature selected channels or only show the selected channels. Channels have their own fields, so you can add your own notes specific to a channel, such as focus coordinates or where the channel is focused. Channels can have their own suggested focus cue, which can be set automatically from the imported console data by looking for the first cue where the dimmer is above 0 while in the preset. Channels can also have their own photograph to highlight specifically the focus for the fixture. Once the preset documentation is complete, it is possible to view documentation by channel. This is useful when swapping out a fixture to go through the presets that need to be reviewed and updated on the console. It is possible to produce paperwork for printing or for generating as a PDF document from directly within the application using reports. Reports are built from templates, and it is possible to define the appearance and data displayed in the report from an inbuilt template editor. Moving Light Assistant is available with 4 license options. There are 3 licenses that can be purchased: Student, Personal, and Institutional. If a license is not purchased, the application can be used as a reader for free. The reader allows all documentation to be viewed, but does not allow any changes to the data in the document. Moving Light Assistant can be downloaded from www.movinglightAssistant.com, and licenses can be purchased from City Theatrical or your local City Theatrical dealer. That ends this brief overview highlighting some of the key features of Moving Light Assistant.